Hey guys, this is Collin Moshman for CardRunners.com. Today we have an $8 180-man SNG played recently on PokerStars by a reg at these stakes. First hand, we're definitely going to fold this King 9 suited, but let's talk about the hands we would play. So I would go ahead and call here with all low mid pairs up to 10s or jacks. We're not getting quite 20 to 1 implied odds. We need 1600 effective stack to get those implieds, but most of the time this will be a multi-way raise pot. We should get paid off nicely when we hit our set, so I would call down to the low pocket pairs. And we would also call here with hands like ace-jack suited, ace-queen, and even ace-king without a read. I would just flat here because I don't particularly want to stack off MP1 versus UTG +1 at 1020 with ace-king. So we'd be 3-betting a pretty tight value range here of around queens plus, and we would want to stack off with those hands. Unless we have some kind of read on this player, like he's a more loose aggressive player, a maniac, or we have history with a particular reg. King 9 suited, we fold under the gun. My default open raising range here would be 7s plus, ace 10 suited, ace queen off, and queen jack suited plus. So we're going to play pretty straightforwardly, usually in the early game, and a few standard folds that hero makes. Ace 10 offsuit, even if this player had folded, I would fold. I usually don't open ace 10 off until the hijack. Suited, I would definitely open. I'd open down to ace 9 suited, and opening is fine as well. But from hijack and later, we definitely want to be opening ace 10. So king 4 offsuit, we fold in the big blind. And 10-9 offsuit, we would open on the button. And this would be a fine ISO if this player had a greater stack. So here we don't want to raise, face a shove by him and have to call it off. If we did have full stacks with him though, I would definitely ISO 10-9 suited as well as 9-8 suited. And 10-9 off would be right around the cusp of a profitable ISO. Certainly from Jack 10 offsuit and higher, we would want to ISO an early position or middle position limp. So pocket kings, we face a 3x and a shove. Again, this is a spot where reads are going to be vital. We don't even need a lot of hands on a guy. Let's say, for example, we look over at this table and the HUD is saying something like he's playing 35-28 over a small number of hands, like 20 hands. That would be enough to significantly widen our calling range here. But without a particular read, my general calling range in this spot would be jacks plus and ace king. So we put it in. He has ace 3 off. So pretty much we're gifted a full stack, which is always nice, particularly as there are definitely more regs in these games now than there used to be. So that's a tremendous source of value, and we do get some recreational players willing to gift a stack in the early game. So Jack 9 suited here, I would generally just open shove. It's not until the effective stack pre-ante gets over 13 blinds that I'm usually playing a min-raise game here from the small blind. So generally I would shove this up to about a 1300 effective stack, maybe even 1400. And with him having 1200 here, effectively, a pretty clear shove. And definitely a mistake to fold. So open shove is going to be best here usually, followed by min-raising, and folding would be the worst option. I'm guessing this is a timeout or multi-tabling miscook. So another few folds. Ace 10 off UTG should definitely be a fold here. And the 8-6 offsuit. And again, pretty straightforward play. It's not going to be until we get to post-ante play that we're usually going to start significantly widening our ranges. So 9-7 offsuit here folds, and let's take a quick look at this hand to verify this is the correct fold. So here's the hand up in the Nash calculator. In the bottom of our 9x shoving range is 9-8 offsuit. 9-7 off in the heat map to the right is showing up as minus 0.02. And that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be unprofitable to shove. Certainly some players can call tight enough where it will be profitable. Notice your opponent is supposed to call top 30%. Quite a few players are not going to call this wide. But generally, if it's profitable to open shove in a spot like this, at 13 to 14 blinds, it's going to be more profitable to raise small. So always look left in a spot like this. If your opponent has tighter or more passive stats, let's say, for example, he's playing something like a 17/10 game, then we should go ahead and raise here to, we can either min-raise, make it 425 at most, and do that with ATC. So always look left, blind on blind, and never just default fold.